Hey guys, it's Sammy, aka Brian Bonandi. Hello, how's it going? And today we're going to be running over getting the shotguns gold. Some of them are a bit easier than others. The M1216 and the S12 are, in my opinion, quite a bit harder. The KSG is just pretty much no problem at all to get gold. It's not necessarily the best shotgun, but in terms of getting it gold, it's pretty easy. So anyway, the first challenge that we're going to need to get is 250 one-shot kills. In case you don't know what they are, that's basically you kill an enemy with one shot from your weapon without damaging them first. This can seem to be quite a frustrating challenge to get done, but there's a couple of things we can do to help the process along. Just going to show you a quick wall test here, just showing you the differences between aiming down sight, hip firing with a shotgun, as well as hip firing with a laser sight attachment. As you can see, if you aim down sight, it gives the tightest spread. Laser sight gives the second tightest, and then obviously just a standard issue shotgun is last. You may be tempted just to think, oh, I'll just aim down sight to kill everyone, but I think the way that shotguns should be used is not necessarily the best way to go about doing it. So I always chuck the laser sight attachment on, just because you can be a lot more mobile and you can react a lot quicker with the laser sight, and if you're just aiming down sight, it might be a bit frustrating. The other attachment I would highly recommend if you're just going for one shot one kills is the long barrel. That increases the range that your shotgun can go, and it also will increase the range before your damage starts dropping off. So you'll basically be doing a higher damage for a longer amount of time, which is of course going to make you more likely to get those one shot one kills. I actually mainly use the silencer, which I wouldn't really recommend if you're just going for the one shot one kills, but I just love using the shotguns anyway. And I would really try out the silencer if you've already done the challenge. Just try the shotguns with a silencer. The range you lose isn't really that bad, but it's just annoying that you can't have the long barrel as well at the same time. But definitely chuck the long barrel on if you just go for one shot one kills. The KSG is a bit of a different sort of animal when it comes to how you use it. You can put a laser sight attachment on it, but I find that something like a reflex sight and maybe quick draw is better, because I think it's better off if you actually do aim down sight. Because I guess probably, as you all know by now, it fires slugs rather than buckshot. So you're either going to get a hit or a miss rather than a hit marker really, unless they're at long ranges. Can check long barrel on it, but to be honest with you, I think it's got such a good range, there's no need to worry about it. When going for these one-shot medals, it's best to aim sort of just below the chest. That's the biggest sort of area you can really hit with the shotguns. If you're aiming down sight as well, you can probably maybe aim at the chest, but don't even bother going for headshots, as they don't increase the damage on any of the shotguns as far as I know. And you're just going to waste a lot of pellets as they fly over the tops of their heads, and it's actually going to do less damage. I'm going to list a couple of perks I think would be quite useful for you to use. I know that I'm sort of, whenever I say these, I'm always saying similar things, but I'm starting to think maybe it's just because that's what I like to roll. So if you feel comfortable using something else, then maybe go for that. But I find that perks that are going to help you is going to be lightweight, just so you're going to be getting into the action a little bit faster. I rarely used it, but it's always useful to have. Flak jacket, I like it just because when I'm on the objective or on a small map like Newtown, there's grenades going off all the time. I just really hate getting blown up by explosives, so I pretty much tend to roll with it quite often. Ghost is also really useful with the shotguns, because if you're using it right, you should be near where they're spawning, creating a bit of havoc, ducking and weaving. I also used the shotgun with the silencer quite a bit, and it's a good combo. Although it's not going to help you with your one shot one kill medals, I would recommend chucking on Semtexes, just because every now and again you're going to see an enemy's out of range, even if you're going around the map quite intelligently, keeping all your engagements quite close. It's going to happen, so it's useful just to throw that. Even if you don't kill them, it's going to distract them a bit. Hopefully you can get away or sort of weave around them and get a bit closer and hopefully be able to kill them. Concussions also pretty much serve the same purpose. So if you combine them with Scavenger, you can just keep them replenished, and there's 3 points. And then if it comes to it and you run out of shotgun ammo, you're also going to be able to replenish that as well. So it's a double whammy. If you're rolling with a KSG, maybe I'd recommend Toughness instead of Scavenger, and you probably get away without the Semtexes as well, just because it's quite long range. You're less likely to be caught out in the open, completely helpless. So maybe you can roll with Toughness, as is quite an accuracy weapon. If you're getting shot while you're firing off that one shot you've really got to win the gunfight, then you're probably going to lose. So definitely think about toughness of the KSG. Dexterity would also be quite handy, as you're going to be running around quite a lot, and it's definitely going to help you in those situations where you're caught sort of with your pants down or whatever. So I definitely recommend that. Or alternatively, you could try extreme conditioning, so you can flank your enemy a bit faster. But to be honest with you, I really find a use for it. Maybe on domination in order to get the first couple of kills off. But it's up to you. If you like it, go for it. Another thing I'd say which is quite useful and probably would replace extreme conditioning is the tack insert. If you can get close to where the enemy's spawning from, then you can just chuck your tack insert down and you don't need to worry about getting close to them all the time. Make sure you just place it somewhere where the enemy's not going to notice it straight away. Of course, you're going to get caught out sometimes, and with engineer, your enemy might spot it. But if you sort of put it where the enemy wouldn't look, like against the wall where the enemy's not going to think, oh, there's no one hiding there, or in a tunnel nearby, or maybe even behind their spawn, if you can get that far, then chuck it there. It should cut out the amount of deaths you get, as the biggest problem with shotguns is obviously getting close to your enemy, and the best engagements you're going to have are up close. So if you can tack insert near the enemy, then you've cut out a lot of that problem, and you've just got the best aspects of the shotgun. So definitely something I'd recommend on certain game modes. Demolition would be one of them, and possibly domination if you're not with a team of idiots who just keep flipping the spawn. So once you get the 250 one-shot, one-kill medals, the rest of the challenges will open up for you. There's a couple which I would recommend combining together. There's the get 50 kills with no attachments, and get 50 pills. Get 50 kills with no perks equipped. I recommend doing them together. Just chuck on attack insert and use the tactician wild card with 2 concussion grenades. I did all the shotguns at the same time, so I'd recommend perhaps using overkill and chucking 2 shotguns on with each other. I tend to put the KSG on my back and use the other shotguns and just level up the KSG whenever I needed it, as it's a little bit more like a sniper rifle. I know it's not a sniper rifle at all, but it's got quite a lot more range. So if I was in a situation where I needed that range, I would just pull that out. So you can do it that way if you want, or maybe just use an overkill with a submachine gun or something if you really need the kills. I would recommend trying to get these 2 challenges done first, as the next one I recommend you go for is Bloodthirsty, and you may get a couple of Bloodthirsties while you're trying to do this challenge. Whilst, of course, because you can't use any attachments or perks, I would recommend aiming down sight with the shotguns, even though it's not always the best thing to do. But it's going to help you get the kills, especially when the enemy's a bit further off. For the Bloodthirsties, you basically need to get 10 of these, which if you don't know what Bloodthirsty is, just to get 5 kills with a weapon. And from my understanding, I think you can get, say if you got 4 kills with the S12, then you got a kill with, say, a pistol. As long as you get another kill with the S12 before you die, then it does count as Bloodthirsty. I've not actually checked this out myself, but I've heard a couple of people say it, so if you do get a kill with something else, try not to worry about it too much. For this, maybe I'd recommend using a silencer if you get in any trouble, because people will keep seeing you on the radar. You should naturally pick up the double kill medals, but if you're not getting them, perhaps you just need to be a little bit more aggressive. If you get the kill, don't stop to reload or whatever. As long as you've got a little bit of ammo left, just keep going. You might get a couple of deaths trying to do it, but keep going for it. The final challenge you're going to need to get is to get 30 revenge medals, which are basically medals you get for killing the person who killed you, which should happen quite often, just naturally, as you know, there's only 6 people on the other team. But if you are having trouble getting them, try using the tack insert, which I've already recommended. But tack insert, and as soon as you respawn, you know exactly where they were, so just go for them and you should get your revenge medal straight away. So anyway guys, I hope this information has been useful for you. I'm not really sure what I'm going to go for next. I am working on the sniper rifles, but I absolutely suck with them. But hopefully, seeing as I suck, I should be able to give you some tips on how I managed to get with it, being an absolute terrible player with a sniper rifle. So anyway guys, hope it's been useful to you. I'll speak to you later. Bye bye now. Bye bye.